Hey guys, thanks for obviously stopping by watching the video. Just remember, if you like it, just leave a like. Um, and if you do find yourself coming back here on the regular, then please subscribe. It may not help you a lot, but it does help me a lot. So thank you, and let's get on with the video. Bonjour, mes amis. Je suis le Logis Canadien, and welcome to Week 2 Weekend Review. Because it's that fucking time once again, ladies and gentlemen, to where we review the motherfucking week of football in action. Because that is just what we fucking do. So let's get ourselves into it. No time to waste. We start our week 2 off with another ironclad AFC West division between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. In what could be described, ladies and gentlemen, as a... Actually, I don't know how to describe it, to be perfectly honest with you. Other than... Defense looks solid on both sides. Offense looks solid on both sides. I mean, you can't complain. You can't. Starting off with the Chargers. Justin Herbert, 33 for 48, 334 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Leading rusher on the game was Austin Eckler, 14 carries for 39 yards. And the receiving leader being Mike Williams, 8 carries for 113 motherfucking yards and a touchdown pass. Pretty damn good for the Chargers. For the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes went 24 for 35, 235 yards and 2 touchdown passes. Clyde Edwards-Helaire led the rushing corps, 8 carries for 74 yards on the night. And the leading receiver was Travis Kelce, because of course it was, 5 receptions for 51 yards. And the lone interception of the game being caught by Jalen Watson. From what I understand, that was his first. I understand that may have been his first NFL interception. But with it, the Chiefs fought valiantly, and they win this game 27-24, as they should. And then in the next matchup, we got the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins. And honestly, you want to talk about an offensive showdown? We got it in week 2. We got it in week fucking 2. Because this game, oh boy. Because I'm going to start with the Dolphins. And keep in mind, holy fuck. Tua Tagovailoa, 36 for 50, 469 nice yards, 6 touchdown passes, and 2 interceptions. Holy shit. You want to... I guess the Miami Dolphins have had a great offseason. We're not done. For rushing, it's not that impressive. Raheem Mostert carried it 11 times for 51 yards. But I'm going to give the receiving award to 2 receivers on the day. First one, Tyreek Hill, the most productive, 11 receptions for 190 yards and 2 touchdowns. The other one going to Jalen Waddle, same amount of receptions, same amount of touchdowns, but he only had 171 yards. Which, not to discredit either man, but holy shit. You talk about the Dolphins looking really good. The threat of Tagovailoa to Hill, there's your threat in the AFC East. For the Ravens, on the other hand, Lamar Jackson went 21 for 29, 318 yards, 3 touchdown passes on the day. Lamar Jackson also proved that he's a valuable running back. 9 carries for 119 yards and a touchdown of his own. And just like I did for the Dolphins, I'm giving a receiving award to 2 receivers from the Ravens. Rashad Bateman, the most productive, catching the ball 4 times for 108 yards and a touchdown. Mark Andrews catching the ball 9 times, 104 yards and a touchdown. And 2 interceptions coming from Marcus Williams. Wow. Despite that good game, the Dolphins won it 42-38 in what was a fucking hell of a game. Seriously, both teams deserve all the praise that they can get in the world, because they really do deserve it. Next matchup we got the New York butt fumble taking on the Cleveland shit stains. There's a reason I'm calling them shit stains. Because of some of the things that the fans have done. I'm not even gonna fucking say it because of how egregious it is. If you can find it on Twitter, you'll know. Anyway, moving on. For the Jets, the combined effort of Joe Flacco and Braden Mann went 27 for 45, 324 yards, 4 touchdowns, all from Joe Flacco. Michael Carter led the rushing, 7 carries for 23 yards. Receiving reward goes to freaking Corey Davis. 2 receptions only, 83 yards and a touchdown. Hey, you can't fucking play with that. Interceptions coming from Ashton Davis and Brandon Eccles. Meanwhile, for the shit-stained Browns, Jacoby Brissett went 22 for 27, 229 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Nicholas Chubb went 17 carries for 87 yards and 3 touchdowns. What a game for him. For the offense, for the receiving, Amari Cooper, proving that trade was the one that the Browns won. 9 receptions for 101 yards and a touchdown. But, actually, no, the interceptions, we forgot. Interceptions were Anthony Watt. Never mind. But in the end of the day, Browns, you blow it. How do you blow it to the fucking Jets? 31-30. Jets win because the Browns choked on their own shit. Good job. You fucking blew it. Next up, we got ourselves the Washington Commanders taking on the Detroit Lions, and wow, this game was fucking something. Because both QBs played really good, okay? Both played really good. The defenses just didn't know what to do. For the Commanders, Carson Wentz went 30 for 46, 337 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. For rushing, Antonio Gibson went 14 times on the ground for 28 yards and a touchdown. In the air, though, Curtis Samuel and Terry McLaurin, I'll just give them both it because they're only separated by 3 yards. Samuel caught it 7 times for 78 yards and a touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 4 times for 75 yards. But an honorable mention to Jahan Dotson, 4 catches for 59 yards, and for what I presume to be his first National Football League touchdown. Welcome to the league, kid. Welcome to the league. As for the Lions, Jared Goff went 20 for 34, 256, and 4 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown leading both the rushing and the receiving core. For rushing, he carried the ball twice for 68 yards. For receiving, he caught it 9 times for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's why I say Amon-Ra St. Brown has actually been improving, which I'm very impressed by. In the end of the day, somehow, the Detroit Lions have won a game. Week 2 is fucking dumb. Oh, wait, you thought that was it? No, you thought that was it? Big, shut the fuck down. We are not done. Jaguars and Colts in another laughable game, because that's how we fucking do it in the NFL. We laugh until our sides cramp. That's how it fucking goes. For the Colts, Matt Ryan went 16 for 30, 195 yards and 3 picks. Ouch! Jonathan Taylor went on the ground 9 times for 54 yards. And the leading receiver, this is a new one, Ashton Doolin, caught the ball 5 times and went for 79 yards. Again, new one because Michael Pittman was out with injury this week. Hopefully they'll have him back next week. For the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence went 25 for 30, 235 yards and 2 touchdowns. James Robinson carried the ball 23 times for 64 yards and a touchdown. For the receiving corps, Christian Kirk caught it 6 times for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns, proving that he could still make money because, whatever. The Jaguars won. Okay? And let me put it this way. They didn't win by a little. They didn't win by a whole lot. They won in a shutout. 24-0 over the Colts. Indianapolis, I think you need to fold. I think you need to fold now because now I think you're starting to become a little stale. Moving on. Brady's Bucks and Jameis's Saints. In a game that had a little bit of a scuffle. Dun 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 dun. I have no idea what the fuck I just did there, but anyway. Basically, this stemmed from a few years ago. The beef between Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore continues. This time, when Mike Evans just fucking shoved his ass to the ground. And then Lattimore tried to tackle his ass down before calling each other all kinds of fucking names. For the Buccaneers, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. went 18 for 34, 190 yards and a single touchdown pass. Sorry. Rushing went to Leonard Fournette 24 times on the ground for 65 yards. And Mike Evans was a receiving leader 3 times in the air for 61 yards. For the New Orleans Saints, Jameis Winston went 25 for 40, 236, a touchdown and 3 interceptions. Today, the bakery opens. Famous Jameis turnover bakery. Famous Jameis turnover bakery. Famous Jameis turnover bakery. Yes, it's going to be a recurring theme all season. Sit tight. For rushing, Mark Ingram ran 10 times for 60 yards. God, I don't know why I stuttered. For receiving, Michael Thomas caught the ball 6 times for 65 yards and a touchdown. No, not that bad, but the Saints could not get the job done against the Buccaneers, resulting in a 20-10 victory. Can't win them all. For the next game, we got the Panthers taking on the Giants. The Giants looking to reveal some momentum from what they had last week. The Panthers trying to shake off that loss they had against the Browns. Baker Mayfield went 14 for 29, 145 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, Christian McCaffrey carried it 15 times for 102 yards. That's pretty fucking good when he's healthy. In the air, DJ Moore caught it 3 times for 43 yards and a touchdown. Not bad, Panthers. As for the Giants, Danny Derps went 22 for 34, 176 yards and a touchdown. Saquon Barkley continues to be alright. 21 carries for 72 yards. That's actually not terrible. For receiving, another new name that I haven't seen before. Richie James, 5 receptions for 51 yards. Do I need to say it? Or do you just want to just Google it? No, you want? Don't Google it. The Giants won. In 2022, the New York Giants are 2-0. False hope is definitely being injected into the fucking veins tonight. No, seriously, they are really being injected into those veins. Because there is no way in hell that the Giants should be 2-0 right now, but alas, here we are. Next game we got the Patriots taking on the Steelers. To which, after the game, I texted Tree GG. Because, good sportsmanship. I'm a Patriots fan. He's a Steelers fan. It makes sense. Sportsmanship. I don't care. I would have done it win or lose. For the Patriots, Mac Jones went 21 for 35, 252 yards, and a touchdown and a pick. Damian Harris ran the ground today 15 times for 71 yards and a touchdown. For receiving, holy shit, we actually had a 100-yard receiver in this game? Nelson Aguilar, of all people. 6 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown. Not far behind him, though, Jacoby Myers had a nice game. 9 receptions for 95 yards. That's not bad. Actually pretty fucking good. Mac Jones is improving. As for the Steelers, the kisser of titties went 21 for 33, 168 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. On the ground, Najee Harris, still battling that injury somewhat, ran 15 times for 49 yards. That's not terrible. For receiving, Deontay Johnson led the corps with 6 receptions for 57 yards. And by the skin of their own teeth, the New England Patriots win by a score of 17-14. Like I said, by the skin of their teeth. This game, Falcons-Rams now. Holy shit, what a storyline we had for a little bit there. Because let's go back a few years. Super Bowl 51. The Falcons choked 28-3, and the Patriots won the Super Bowl. Now they're playing the Rams, a very tough NFC squad, and they're in a peculiar situation. They're down 28-3 in the third quarter. Did the Falcons come back? Let's find out. Marcus Mariota went 17 for 26, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. Cordell Patterson ran 10 times today for 41 yards. And for receiving, more new names keep popping up. Darrell Hodge caught it twice for 57 yards. A lot of new names on the receiving end this week. For the Rams, Matthew Stafford went 27 for 36, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. Darrell Henderson carried it 10 times for 47 yards and a touchdown. Pretty good. And for receiving, Cooper Kupp is once again a fucking amazing. 11 receptions for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns. And hey, look at that. It seems Allen Robinson has finally decided to show up. 4 receptions for 53 yards and a touchdown. Look at that. So, the Falcons nearly came back. In fact, they came from like 31-25 at one point. Then the Rams took a safety towards the end of the game. They get a 31-27. And then the stupidest of sequences I have ever seen. Penalty takes the ball to the 50. One last shot for the Falcons. And they fucking blow it. They fucking blew it. Oh my god. Mariota had all the time in the world to throw it, but he fucking blew it. Rams win 31-27. Everyone still laughs at the Falcons. Next game, we got the 49ers taking on the Seahawks. During this game, Trey Lance went down with a gruesome injury to his ankle, ending his season with, he broke his ankle or something, and he was required to get season-ending surgery. Now I see why they kept Jimmy Garoppolo around. For the Seahawks, Geno Smith went 24 for 30, 197 yards, and an interception. For whatever reason, DJ Dallas also threw 0 for 1 in an interception. On the rushing ground, Rashad Penny led for 6 carries for 15 yards. And for receiving, Tyler Lockett had a nice game. 9 receptions for 107 yards. Not bad. For the 49ers, though, the combined effort of Jimmy G and Trey Lance went 15 for 24, 184 yards, and a singular touchdown pass. On the ground, Jeff Wilson, that's a new name. 18 carries for 84 yards, not bad. And for receiving, Brandon Ayuk caught the ball 5 times for 64 yards. The fucking Niners killed him. 27-7. God damn, boy. For the next matchup, we got ourselves some bullshit. The Bengals sticking on them Cowboys. And a game that everyone expected the Bengals to win, but for the Bengals, Joe Burrow went 24 for 36, 199 yards and a touchdown. Joe Mixon ran 19 times for 57 yards on the day, not bad. For receiving, T. Higgins is still good, 6 receptions for 171 yards, just 71 yards and a touchdown. So hey, it all works out. For them Cowboys, Cooper Rush went 19 for 31, 235 yards and a touchdown. Zeke Elliott ran 15 times for 53 yards. Not bad. For receiving, another new name, Noah Brown. 5 receptions for 91 yards and a touchdown. A lot of new names this week. I noticed that. What I've also noticed was how much the Bengals like losing to backup quarterbacks. Because they lost to another backup quarterback. This time by the score of 20-17. Bengals, what the fuck is going on? You need to figure your shit out, and fast. For the next matchup, we got the Denver Broncos taking on the Houston motherfucking Texans. God, I hate the Texans. I just don't like them. That's why I prefer Brandon Perna, and that's why I prefer the Denver Broncos. For the Texans, Mr. Uncut Dick Neck Davis Mills, 19 for 38, 177 yards, and that is all. And this is where we activate our first nice meter of the day. Dameon Pierce carried the ball 15 times for 69 yards. Nice. For receiving, Nico Collins caught it 4 times for 58 yards. Brandon Cooks was not far behind, having 54 yards on the same amount of receptions. 4. For the Denver Broncos, Chef Russell's cooking the day. 14 for 31, 219 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Javonte Williams carrying the ball 15 times for 75 yards. Not bad. Cortland Sutton, 7 receptions and 122 yards. God damn. You can't argue with that, and that is what helped the Broncos to victory. 16-9 the final score. The Broncos hopefully get their shit together, whereas the Texans could just fall back into the lore of mediocrity. Cardinals and Raiders in this game pissed me off in more ways than one, and I'm talking about the end. Oh my god, the fucking end. For the Cardinals, Kyle Murray went 31 for 49, 277 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Darrell Williams ran with the ball 8 times for 59 yards and a touchdown run for him. For receiving, Zach Ertz caught the ball 8 times for 75 yards. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Sorry. For the Raiders, Derek Carr went 25 for 39, 252 yards and 2 touchdowns. Sorry. Nice. Josh Jacobs carried the ball 19 times for 69 yards. Nice. For receptions, Matt Collins, another new name, catching the ball 5 times for 66 yards. This is what pissed me off about the fucking ending. Kyler Murray got the touchdown, basically to tie the game. Well, to get to within 2 points. Okay, whatever. Then the 2-point conversion happens. Okay, whatever. The game's going to OT. Raiders choked that one, and they choked it fucking hard. Raiders get the ball back after the Cardinals punt. And then... oh my fucking god, and then... the Raiders... so Carr throws it to Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow runs. He breaks up a tackle. Before he goes down... which, by the way, his hand was fucking down. The ball comes out. The Cardinals scoop it up. 62 yards. Touchdown. Game over. Cardinals win 29-23. The refs are still shit. Thanks for asking. Sunday Night Football. We got the Bears taking on the Packers in a game in which Aaron Rodgers still owns the Bears. Justin Fields decided to imitate his favorite convenience store by going 7 for 11, 70 yards and an interception. David Montgomery having a nice game for himself, 15 carries for 122 yards. For receiving, Equanimeous St. Brown, former Packer, ironically enough, caught the ball twice for 39 yards. Not bad for from there. Meanwhile, for the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, the owner of the Bears organization, went 19 for 25, 234 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's great. Aaron Jones continues to be great. 15 carries for 132 yards and a touchdown. And Sammy Watkins on the receiving core. 3 receptions for 93 yards. Damn, he's actually kind of fitting in pretty well. And that's what helped the Packers to victory here. 27-10 over the Bears. I still own you. And we get on to the first of 2 Monday Night Football games this week. Why are there 2 Monday Night Football games? Fuck you, that's why. We have the Titans taking on the Bills. The Bills are still fucking hot after that game last Thursday night. The Titans, yeah, they need to figure out the shit. Ryan Tannehill went 11 for 20, 117 yards and 2 interceptions. Derrick Henry ran the ball 13 times for 25 yards and a touchdown. God, what the fuck happened to Derrick Henry? For receiving, Robert Woods caught the ball 4 times for 39 yards. What is wrong with the Titans? For the Bills, the combined effort of Allen and Keenum went 26 for 40, 317 yards. Again, that's from Allen alone because Keenum didn't have anything. And 4 touchdowns. Jeez. For rushing, Devin Singletary ran with the ball 6 times for 19 yards. And for receiving, another holy shit moment, Stephon Diggs caught it 12 times for 148 yards in 3 touchdowns. Holy fuck. No wonder why the Bills won this game, because Stephon Diggs is God now, and the Titans are shit now. 41-7, Bills win. And finally, the last game we've been waiting for, the second of the 2 Monday night games, we got the Eagles taking on the Vikings in a game that was kind of back and forth and in a way mediocre. For the Vikings, Kirk Cousins went 27 for 46, 221 yards, a touchdown and 3 interceptions. Yikes. Cousins can also apparently running the ball twice for 20 yards. For receiving, the leader here was Adam Thielen, 4 receptions for 52 yards. Not a lot of anything going on for the Vikings. As for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts looked good. 26 for 31, 333 yards. Yes, I know I have a problem pronouncing my TH. Just give me a break. A touchdown and an interception. Miles Sanders had a nice game for himself. 17 carries for 80 yards. And oh, look at Jalen Hurts, carrying the ball 11 times for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hey, that's pretty good. For receiving, Dallas Goedert. Oh, God, we got a double nice. We'll talk about that in a minute. Goddard led the receiving core. 5 catches and 82 yards. So let's talk about the double nice here. A.J. Brown caught the ball 5 times for 69 yards. Nice. And Kaz Watkins caught the ball twice for 69 yards. Nice. And a touchdown. Even more nice. And with it, the Eagles won this shitty Monday Night Football game 24-7. Pretty good. Because you can't argue with that bullshit. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like. Comment down below if you guys want to see anything next. If you have not done so already, subscribe and join the Logical Nation. I don't care how shit my lighting is. But until next time, je suis le Logique Canadien. Bonne nuit, et au revoir.